The Linda Mwananchi movement has chickened out from the presidential race in the 2027 election. They are now harnessing energy to vie for presidency in the 2032 election. I'm gonna do an analysis and give you reasons why this is happening. But before that, I want us to watch this video of the Embakasi East MP Babu Owino today while addressing residents in the issuance of bursaries in his constituency. And this will tell us whatever I'm gonna tell you, or rather whatever I'm gonna lead you through today. But before that, remember, if you are here, kindly consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.
La muhimu zaidi ni kuangalia 2032. Watu wote wenye wanaenda rais sahi wamalizane 2027. 2032 sisi tuingie pale State House. Sini ukweli? Sini ukweli? Sisi tutajipanga. Na huwa nawaambia, na simnaona kila siku venye tunaelekea inakuja karibu. Na 2032 bado nyinyi wote mtakuwa. Si hii ni miaka ngapi hapa sahi? 27 to 32 ni ngapi? Ni 5. Na sahi ni 1. So in 6 years time, 6 years utakuja ukojoe State House. Si ni 16? Siasa tumemaliza. Sasa tunarudi tu huku, tunaona venye biashara yako inaendelea vizuri. Mtoto wako aliwekwa mahali yako sawa, nyinyi ndio sasa mnanitumia M-Pesa, airtime. Sio itakuwa maisha poa. Sawa sawa.
Now, basing our analysis on what Babu Owino said today, the Linda Mwananchi movement is now harnessing energy, getting resources together towards the 2032 election. They don't want to talk about 2027, and they are saying that whoever is gonna win the 2027, fine, let him do so. But in the 2032 election, the Linda Mwananchi is going to take the presidency. They are going to win presidency. He's saying that, together, the Linda Mwananchi, it has young leaders, not aged ones, except James Orengo, but those who are, propelling the flag, or rather propelling the ship of Linda Mwananchi, they are young individuals, the likes of Sifuna, the likes of Caleb Amisi, Babu Owino. And according to what Babu Owino said, he's saying that if you look at many countries, the likes of Burkina Faso, the MPs 32 years, Madagascar 35, Libya, Gaddafi was 28 years when he took power. Nepal, it is a young man of 35 years, is the president right now. So he's saying that the Linda Mwananchi, as much as they are young people, they have the capability of going for presidency, and they're gonna win the presidency come 2032. In fact, aliambia watu kwamba hiyo wakati mtakuja kukojoa State House, because he is so sure that they are going to harness forces, and the kind of reception they are getting as Linda Mwananchi, it has told them, it has given them a leeway that they are going to win this seat. Now, I'm giving you reasons why they've jumped the 2027 election. Now, in as much as the Linda Mwananchi, they're not saying clearly who is supporting them and sponsoring their campaigns, I want to tell you for free that Uhuru Kenyatta has a hand in the support. Number one, the reason why I'm saying that Uhuru Kenyatta has his sponsorship on the Linda Mwananchi, you remember, there is a time when Edwin Sifuna was fighting so much, fighting Junet Mohammed, fighting anyone in the larger ODM who was blaming Uhuru Kenyatta for his failure. Edwin Sifuna was, he became a security guard of the name of Uhuru Kenyatta, because he was being dragged down into the mud by some of the ODM members. That is one reason that tells you that Edwin Sifuna is being sponsored by Uhuru Kenyatta. Another thing, you've never heard where they are talking ill of Edwin Sifuna, rather of Uhuru Kenyatta and his Jubilee Party. There is no single day they've pointed fingers at whatever, or rather the legacy of Uhuru Kenyatta, his leadership when he was in power. And this tells you something. The third reason, we know Pauline Njoroge is the organizing secretary of Jubilee Party, and she is intact with the Linda Mwananchi. You can ask you why. You know, ask yourself why this is happening. Because Pauline Njoroge is someone who has worked closely with Uhuru Kenyatta. She's still in Jubilee, but still attending Linda Mwananchi forums. And even she's being given the chance to speak. That tells you something. I hope that one is clicking. So the Linda Mwananchi is being sponsored by Uhuru Kenyatta. Now tell me, that truck they are using for the Linda Mwananchi and the system and everything, do you think Edwin Sifuna as a senator has harnessed enough money to buy such? That tells you there's something, there's someone who is behind that. That is Uhuru Kenyatta. Therefore, Uhuru Kenyatta is banking for Fred Matiang'i, the former cabinet secretary. Now that Uhuru Kenyatta is banking for Fred Matiang'i, he had realized that Matiang'i's efforts are less. Matiang'i has no gusto of campaigning, telling the people what people want to hear. But Edwin Sifuna, his young blood, is so fluent, is eloquent, is someone who can convince other young members. And one reason another I had forgotten to tell you, if you look at the people Edwin Sifuna is working with, many of the people are the lieutenants of Fred Matiang'i of Jubilee. That is Clive Gisairo, we have Senator Richard Onyonga, we have Kibagendi, among the people he has, there are people who are working closely with Matiang'i. So that tells you that they are being sponsored by Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, back to what I was saying. Uhuru Kenyatta is banking on Fred Matiang'i, and Edwin Sifuna knows, in as much as he may want to vie for presidency come 2027, it will not be okay to go beyond, or rather to go against whatever the sponsor is telling them. The sponsor wants that Edwin Sifuna to bring together the young generation and equally to bring part of the Western votes to his basket, so that in as much as Matiang'i will be bringing the Kisii votes and also the Mount Kenya, because if you realized, Fred Matiang'i is much into the Mount Kenya region than even other regions. That is the trick, so that they will harness other votes from other regions of the country once Edwin Sifuna has brought some of the votes from the young generation, the Gen Zs, and also some from the Western region. So Edwin Sifuna cannot vie for presidencies and go against the sponsor, and that is why hesabu imewapiga chenga kidogo. And they realize that the people love Edwin Sifuna and the Linda Mwananchi this much, awenge kubali kukuwa sponsored, maybe wangeomba msaada from the wananchi. If you had Babu Wino say there, anasema kwamba tukizeeka after tumetoka pale mtatukua mnatutumia M-Pesa. That is an indication that according to them, they feel kama si Uhuru aliwaingia na wakakubali mapema, they could be getting some donations and contributions from Kenyans, and they could mount a good campaign because watu wamewakubali. And that is the reason why wanasema okay, hii imepita because Matiang'i will be there and that's what our sponsor wants, tutamsupport too for this 2027. Yeah, but 2032 we will go back, yeah, to the drawing board. As Linda Mwananchi, maybe they are forming another party. I saw the party they were forming today, something like Renaissance and something. There's a party they are making. So towards 2032 wataruka the sponsor huyu ambaye ni Uhuru Kenyatta, wakuje pamoja, walete nguvu pamoja, they go for presidency on their own. That is why naona wanasema kwamba I'm telling you that now they've decided to back up Fred Matiang'i. And if you remember the interview that Fred Matiang'i had recently with Jeff Koinange, he said that he respects Edwin Sifuna so much. In fact, he adores Edwin Sifuna so much for what he is doing. Yeah? And that tells you something. That tells you these people, they know what they are doing, and Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to play smart. I don't know what you think. You can write your comment down there in the comment section. We will have a debate there. Perhaps it will form a basis of whatever we're going to talk in the next video. If you are new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content in other platforms such as WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups. Yeah, and equally hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new